Alright everybody, there's movies I love, there's movies I love, and then there's movies I fucking love. And this one falls into that category. Let's hit it. Okay everybody, today we're looking back at 1995 Strange Days. One of those motion pictures that, if not in my top 10, is definitely in my top 20 and without a doubt in my top 30. I absolutely love this motion picture, but before we go any further, you know the routine. We're going to the trailer. Let's hit it.
Have you ever jacked in? Have you ever wired tripped? You ready?
This is not like TV, only better. This is life. It's a piece of somebody's life. It's about the stuff that you can't have, right? The forbidden fruit. Straight from the cerebral cortex. I mean, you're there, you're doing it, you're feeling it.
Are you beginning to see the possibilities here?
I am your main connection to the switchboard of souls. I'm the magic man.
If it's got something to do with the water, sooner or later it washes up on your beach.
Fan mail from some flounder?
It's the dark end of the street. How do you like it now?
He records it all. Everything.
And gives it to you.
Why me?
There's more to this whole thing than you think.
Give us the tape right now!
You don't know how high up the food chain this thing goes.
Do you know what this tape could do if it got out? I see the world opening up and swallowing us all.
This is conspiracy paranoia.
The issue isn't whether you're paranoid, Lenny. The issue is whether you're paranoid enough.
No more games. Whatever's going on, you have to get out of here now. Get him out.
This tape is a lightning bolt from God. It can change things that need changing before we all go off the end of the road.
It'll be an all-out war, and you know it.
No! Well, maybe it's time for a war.
Come on, man, cheer up. Roll's gonna end in 10 minutes anyway.
And I just gotta say, if that trailer doesn't get you going, then nothing will. Okay, this motion picture was directed by Kathryn Bigelow. Kathryn Bigelow is a phenomenally talented director. She's done, obviously, Strange Days. She's done the cult classic Near Dark. She's done The Hurt Locker, Zero Dark 30, Point Break, Blue Steel. Incredibly talented director. The former wife of one time Jim Cameron, which is kind of fitting because he wrote the story and the screenplay for this motion picture and she wound up directing it. This is after they had been divorced, but still they remained friends, and she took on the challenge of directing this movie and she knocked it out the park. Great director, talented director. You get a chance, look up all her work. Okay, the cast is really long in this, and I'm going to name a whole lot of people because so many people deserve to be named in this motion picture. The job that they all did is just amazing. So I'm going to go through them really fast, not linger on any of them for too long because there's just too many. So I'm going to try to keep this to a light roar. First up is Lenny Nero. We have Ralph Fiennes. Now, if you don't know Ralph Fiennes, then you don't know motion pictures. Ralph Fiennes is a phenomenal actor. He was in everything from Schindler's List. He was in The Reader, in Bruges, The Constant Gardener, The English Patient, and a great forgotten gem that I absolutely love is amazing is a movie called Oscar and Lucinda. If you get a chance, check it out. He is just an amazing actor, probably one of my favorite actors on the planet over the last 10-15 years. Great talent, kicks it out the park as Lenny Nero in this motion picture. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, playing Mace is Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett, I mean, come on, dude. What more do you have to know? It's Angela Bassett. We're talking What's Love Got to Do with It? We're talking Black Panther, Contact, Olympus Has Fallen, Malcolm X, Meet the Browns. Angela Bassett is awesome in everything she does. She's cooler than shit. She's the bomb. Let's keep going. Okay, here's one of my true favorites in the motion picture industry, Juliette Lewis. A woman that can play anything. She can play anything from the most demure roles like she did in The Other Sister, or the roles of a true bimbo like she did in Strange Days. Juliette Lewis is truly a talent who really doesn't get the kind of recognition that she should or really garner for herself. But she was in The Other Sister. She was in this. She was in California. She was in Natural Born Killers. She was in Starsky and Hutch. She was in Dusk Till Dawn. She was in Cape Fear. Great career, great actress. Kicks it out the park in this. That's it. Okay, next we got Tom Sizemore as Max. Now, Tom Sizemore is a really good talent. I mean, he's a good actor. Guy's got all kinds of friggin' personal problems. The list is long and deep, and I don't even know how to go through them all. But he was in great motion pictures. Obviously, Strange Days. Obviously, he was in Saving Private Ryan. Obviously, he was in Black Hawk Down. He was in Red Planet. He was in The Relic. And he was in a phenomenal motion picture that gets overlooked way too often, way too much. And that is a motion picture called Bringing Out the Dead. If you don't get a chance, I mean, if you haven't seen it, get yourself a chance to see Bringing Out the Dead. It's a phenomenal movie. I'll cover it at some point, but you really got to see it. It's just a great flick. Okay, playing Philo is Michael Wincott, another actor I just think is the bomb. Beyond just the fact that the guy's got the voice from hell, but he's been in so many cool roles. He was in Metro with Eddie Murphy. He was in 1492. He was in Alien Resurrection. He was in Robin Hood. And more than anything, he will always be top dollar from The Crow. I don't care if they reboot it. I don't care how many sequels they make. Him and Brandon Lee, The Crow, that's it. That's all you need to know. Without those two guys in it, I don't give a shit what they write or what they make. Those guys, that's it. Period. Okay, playing Officer Steckler was Vincent D'Onofrio. Now, he's got an incredible career. Ever since, like, you've seen him for the first time in Full Metal Jacket, I mean, he was riveting to watch. I mean, incredible work in that motion picture. You can't go undenied. But he's been in other stuff. He's been in Men in Black, The Cell, Ed Wood, Jurassic Park. Truly a talented dude. Oftentimes plays a heavy, but he can cover so much ground. I mean, just the comedic work alone that he pulled off in Men in Black is amazing. So, Vincent D'Onofrio, there you go. Okay, playing Officer Engelman is William Fichtner. Now, William Fichtner, he's just a really good actor. He's been around for a while. I think he's on TV now on that show Mom or something like that. I don't really watch that much television, I hate to tell you, especially modern day television, so really no. But he's been in movies like Crash, Armageddon, Black Hawk Down, Contact with Jodie Foster, which was a really good flick, you know what I mean? Sometimes it gets forgotten, but it was a really good motion picture. William Fichtner, really good job. Always does a good job. So, come on, we gotta keep going. Oh yeah, he was also in that Marky Mark movie, The Perfect Storm there, you know what I mean? So, great guy after. Okay, I got sidetracked. All right, back on track. Playing Jeriko 1 was Glenn Plummer. Now, he was in a bunch of stuff. He was in Showgirls. He was in The Day After Tomorrow, Speed. He was in Speed with Keanu Reeves. So, good actor, gets some work, does some stuff. Carried his role in this as Jeriko 1. Whatever. One more, come on, one more. Okay, playing Tick was Richard Edson. Now, Richard Edson, I mean, whether it was Super Mario Brothers, whether it was Do the Right Thing, Do the Right Thing, he has been around for a long time. He was just in like Starsky and Hutch and a couple other things. He's a really good actor. Does a really good job, got a very distinct look. But as Tick in this, he's that hyper kinetic, crazy energy dude. Richard Edson knocked it out the park. Okay, one more. Okay, playing Commissioner Strickland was Josef Sommer. Now, he's been around forever. I mean, he's been around since, he was like a grown man, probably in his 40s, way back in the day when he was in Dirty Harry with Clint Eastwood. But he's been in other stuff. He's been in Witness, Family Man, The Mighty Ducks, Silkwood, long career. Been around forever, was in a bunch of great crap, was in this. Okay, let's get to the friggin' story, because there's so much, this is going to run on forever. Okay, this motion picture is extremely complex. It's working on a whole bunch of layers, so there's so much to the story, it's almost impossible to cover it all just in a couple seconds. But I'm going to try to keep this to a 2 or 3 minute rant so we can get to the reason that I love this motion picture and leave most of this for you to be discovered. Lenny Nero, played by Ray Fiennes, is a former police officer. He was on the Vice Squad, but now he's dealing playback to people on the streets. He's basically the mental drug pusher of the day. What playback is people will record moments in their lives. They wear this thing on their head called a squid, and the people will wear this thing, and they'll record their actions for that day. It doesn't matter if they're cleaning dishes, robbing a bank, having sex with 4 chicks at a time. It doesn't matter. And people want to experience this. They want to go to the dark end of the street and do the things that they can't normally do. So what do? They buy these memories, these clips, these experiences from Lenny. And when you put this on your head, you're just not watching it, you're living it. You're there, you're feeling it, you're seeing it, you're breathing it, you're smelling it. You're basically trapped right into the cerebral cortex of the person that was wearing this thing. And you get to live that experience on a level that is past virtual reality. It's past anything that's ever been. And that's like the new drug of the day. That's better than any drug people get on the streets. Everybody wants playback, and everybody's trying to wire trip and jack in. His best friend is Mace, played by Angela Bassett. She's always got Lenny's back. She's always there to take care of him. Lenny's a mess. He's always getting in trouble. He's always somehow falling flat on his face. He's always somehow in need of help. And Mace is always there to take care of him. I'm not going to tell you why. I'm not going to tell you why she's devoted to him. I'm just going to tell you that she is devoted to him. And no matter what Lenny does, she's always there to catch his fall and have his back. In the middle of all this, too, you got Faith Justin, who Lenny is hopelessly in love with. She was just a $20 hooker back in the day, trying to get money for drugs, and he took her and he cleaned her up and he straightened her out. Well, kind of. And now she's out there doing her thing, which isn't a good thing. And he is just hopelessly devoted to getting her back or helping her any way he can. He ignores all that's going on around him. He even ignores a lot of the feelings that Mace might have for him, because he's so locked into the world that he's living in, or the past, that he can't let go of. And in the midst of all this craziness going on, you have one incident, one moment that unites all of them. And it just has to be involved with, let's just say, a random traffic stop. And everybody winds up connected to this one random act of a traffic stop. And let's just say one random act of a murder of a rap star. Okay, I don't want to give you more than that, because this motion picture is too cool and you got to discover it on your own. Okay, I'm going to tell you flat out, I love this motion picture. This is one of the great flicks of all times in my books. Kathryn Bigelow, the directing that she did in this motion picture is just phenomenal and off the hook. It just feels so right. And I got to give the editors credit too, whose names I can't remember, but the editing job that they did on this motion picture just felt so right. There's a kinetic energy to this motion picture that just makes you feel like something's going to happen, something's going to blow. And that's exactly what you want, because they're staring down the throat of New Year's Eve. It's 2000, and we don't, back then, 20 years ago, people kept thinking, 2000, the world's going to end, computers are going to crash, oh my God, cats and dogs fucking each other in the street, who knows? And that's what everybody thought was going to take place. So this movie has this kinetic buildup on top of the story arc, on top of the characters, on top of everything. It's headed to 2000, and you just feel in the motion picture kind of like anything can happen at any moment, and there's this build-up and this frantic energy to it that you don't know what's going to happen or when it's going to blow, but when it does, it's going to be something else. And that's baked into this motion picture by the directing, the acting, and the editing, and the writing. So you can't escape that. It's great feeling. On top of that, you have a motion picture that is filled with nothing but broken people, which to me are always the funnest and the best motion pictures you can find. Lenny is a broken guy. Faith is a broken guy. Mace, or a broken girl, Mace is a broken girl to a degree because her old man's doing time, so she's trying to just take care of her kid. Everybody in this motion picture is a broken character trying to find their way, and they're far from perfect people. Everybody's got flaws in this motion picture. But that's what makes them relatable. That's what makes it enjoyable. That these people are going through their lives and they're all screwed up and they're just trying to do the best they can with the version of themselves that they are. The job that the actors do in this motion picture is just off the hook. I'm telling you flat out. They nail the parts, they nail the roles. The way that this thing strings together is just amazing. The love stories, which are so convoluted because there's like multiple love stories going on with Lenny and loving Faith and Mace loving Lenny, and will he ever recognize Mace, or is he just going to keep chasing Faith, and what is going on? It's a sci-fi noir movie. It's an action movie. It's a suspense thriller movie. It's a love story movie. It's everything rolled into one movie, and usually when you try to do that, you turn out a giant piece of shit. But this movie somehow pulls off connecting all those dots, all those different story arcs, all those different things, and it levels it into the one motion picture that when you get it served to you on a plate, you say to yourself, holy shit, they did it, they did it. Now, there's also a lot of other things I got to say about this motion picture, too. It was made in 1995, so it was around that time. There's a lot of social commentary going on in it. Pardon me. There's a lot of social commentary going on in it. It's right around the time of the Rodney King beatings, so there's stuff about police brutality going on and all that, but it doesn't beat you over the head. It doesn't try to villainize everybody on the planet, but the topic is covered. You know what I mean? But it's not done in a tasteless way, and as a guy who supports the PD, I'm just saying it was handled very well. And to all of Hollywood, if you want to see how to make a motion picture with strong women, great strong women characters littered through the whole thing, really, this is the way you do a motion picture. Not that goofy, stupid-ass PC culture shit that they got on in fucking Hollywood now. This is how you make a character. This is how you make a motion picture with those characters. Whether it's the Mace character, even Faith in her own disturbing way. These are strong, female, tough archetypes, but it's not in that way that Hollywood delivers it now, where you're like, oh God, again? Do I really have to see it like this again? Do I have to get smacked over the head with this PC woke shit again? No. This was the way to do it. This was the way to deliver it. There's strong female characters, there's social commentary, but nobody is like villainized. Nobody is cartoonized. Is that even a word? This is just well done in the way it should be done. So fucking Hollywood, pay attention. I gotta say one more thing about this motion picture too. The soundtrack to this thing is just killer. There's certain movies that will have a soundtrack to it, like The Crow had a great soundtrack to it. You know, everybody loved the soundtrack to The Big Chill back in the day. Stuff like that. But this motion picture has I'm telling you now, this motion picture introduced me to a lot of great music, especially like Skunk and Nancy, who I was just like fell in love with after this motion picture. It was a great band from overseas. But this motion picture soundtrack is killer. The editing is killer. And by the way, the closing credits are probably the best closing credits I've ever seen in a motion picture. Just the way they took the still photos of everybody, layered them in, did it the right way. It's top to bottom. Okay, everybody, if you get a chance, and you better make a chance, go out, check out Strange Days. Phenomenal motion picture. Works on so many levels, covers so many bases, and it's so many different motion pictures rolled into one. It's amazing what they pulled off with this thing. Anyway, check it out, enjoy it. It's a forgotten gem, criminally overlooked, kind of sad. Go check out Strange Days. Everybody, catch you soon. More videos. Peace, love, happiness. Take care.